There are many factors affecting children today in education, with the main one being communication. Teachers have to deal with a group of different minds, social issues, and sets of beliefs in the classroom. Is communication in schools between teachers, administrators, parents, and students effective? I went out to my hometown, Eagle Pass, Texas, a town with a population of over 26,000. I'm on the quest to find out what kind of communication takes place. Are there structures in place? What are some of the factors that affect students? What are some of the programs available? And recommendations in order to create effective communication for the benefit of our students. Hello, my name is Robert Rodriguez. Eagle Pass Independent School District services thousands of students that not only come from the community, but from all over Maverick County and parts of Mexico as well. How do human relations take place in this school district? Here is what I found. Sandra Rodriguez has two children. One attends San Luis Elementary and the other attends Memorial Junior High School. She stated that she comes in contact with her children's teachers twice a month and recalled a time when a teacher came in contact concerning one of her children.
Never in a negative situation, but there was one instance where the teacher felt that my son needed a little bit more help in a certain area of study. So I was contacted, so it was in his best interest, and I do appreciate that.
Brianna Salinas is a senior at Eagle Pass High School. She gave me her point of view on the times that teachers have contacted her parents.
Not very often do the teachers contact my parents, other than a minor situation where they felt the need that they had to do so. But other than that, my parents usually communicate with my teachers during open house.
Angie Menchaca is a career and technical education teacher and department head at Eagle Pass High School, and she shares with us her strategy on communicating with parents.
I meet with parents as often as necessary. Anytime I have an academic issue, a behavior issue, I make it a point to make sure that the parent is aware of what's transpiring with their children. I'm a firm believer that without the parent involvement, the success of the student is hindered to some extent. So when we get involved with a parent, the student, administration, and the teacher, the success of the student is almost guaranteed. So having the parent involved is an essential element in the success of the student.
Juanita Martinez is a kindergarten teacher at Kennedy Hall. She shares with us the communication patterns with parents in a kinder setting.
I communicate with the parents whenever there's a need. When a need arises, or if they approach me, well, then we have a random conference. And usually I do have conferences daily because of the fact that the kids are picked up by my door.
It is very important to keep interaction between teachers and administrators constant. Are there set structures in place? Amalia Riojas is an assistant principal at Eagle Pass High School. She explains the structure that they have set in place in order to communicate with teachers.
It's an everyday type of interaction from kind of the small requests or if we need to facilitate something. Anything dealing from something just small details all the way to academic instruction decisions. Part of what we do here at Eagle Pass High School is we start off from the top down, if you will, in the sense of we have Monday mornings, we have our weekly administrator, counselor, and department chair meeting. So it's on Mondays where we see our department chairs, administration, and all of our counselors, and we go over what's coming up, what are topics that need to be discussed during the weekly department meetings. So that's our first kind of set of interaction there. Then during the week, we have our setup days for every department. For example, I oversee English and Fine Arts. So I get to see those two departments on a weekly basis, and whatever's discussed on Monday is what's discussed on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Same applies for everybody else.
Hafiz and Wazir state that proper management should concern with treating employees and colleagues first as human beings with different values, aspirations, and interpersonal relations. Our teachers, Ms. Menchaca and Ms. Martinez, give us some insight on some of the points that are touched during these weekly meetings.
Some of the items of discussion are campus improvement plans, how to better improve our curriculum with our students, campus safety issues, issues with our special populations, such as our LEP students and our special ed students, our 504 students. And so during these meetings, we have the opportunity to share with administration and counselors that many issues that teachers face in the classroom to better improve curriculum, to better improve the safety of our students in the campus, and any other issues that may arise.
We have a staff meeting every Wednesday for 45 minutes to an hour. We discuss curriculum, we discuss the upcoming activities, because in kinder we do have a lot of activities going on.
A very important question that I asked was, is administration actively involved? Here's what they had to say.
Absolutely. Our administration team is always involved in our student academic progress. They're also involved in the various behavior issues that our students may be encountering. And so one way that we try to assist our students is, first of all, making sure that our parents become involved in the success of their academics and also in their behavior. And the way we do this is we always try to teach our parents how to become involved in the life of their children, so that their children can experience success not only academically but also socially.
Academically, they are very involved because we are provided with everything that we need. When it comes to discipline, it's very much the teacher taking care of the discipline. A lot of times it's the teacher bringing in the parents, discussing the situation as far as discipline in the classroom. Sometimes the parents will accept what is being told to them, and other times they won't. And in this sense, then you have to go to the principal and talk about it. But it's as if they really don't want to deal with parents. So it's pretty much the teacher is on her own.
Mostly administrators and definitely the principal are approachable. They're always monitoring the halls, they're always around, they're shaking your hand, asking your name, and asking how you're doing academically.
We had a lot of help. We were young parents, so the administrators were always there willing to help and trying to get us involved in our children's education.
There are various factors that may affect a student's academic achievement. Our educators shared some insight on some of the factors that they have witnessed.
Part of what we've been seeing in the family structure is that it's not your typical family anymore. Sometimes we do have a larger number of students that live with someone other than the parent, whether it be a legal guardian, a grandparent, an uncle. And we have made that, at least I have made that observation, where it's no longer your typical father, mother at home. And so when that happens, I do sense that if it's an elderly grandparent, they don't quite know sometimes what to do. And so I think that's an issue sometimes. We also, like I said, for the most part, parents or guardians are supportive of our decision. And unfortunately, when they are not, we also then see that there is a miscommunication between student and parent, or the expectations of what we have versus what a parent may have at home. And that can sometimes be a bit problematic. But what we do advise parents is that we do have our rules, we have our student code of conduct, and that it is our responsibility to enforce it at that point. Whether they agree or disagree with it, but we do have to remain consistent and be fair, in other words, in the application of whatever disciplinary action we take against the student.
I think it's pretty much starts at home. When they come in, especially in kinder, because they haven't had exposure to very much, but what they have had is home life. So in coming into a structured setting like a classroom, they have problems adjusting. So I guess that would be the adjustment phase that they have to go through.
Many of our students come from dysfunctional families, and unfortunately those problems are brought to the campus. But as far as the behavior in the classroom is concerned, it has to start with the teacher preparation. If a teacher is not prepared, if a teacher does not have well-designed lessons that are made relevant to the student, there is a high chance that students are going to start creating behavior problems. So it boils down to the teacher. We have to have teachers that are well organized, well coordinated, providing well-rounded lessons so that it could keep our students engaged and involved at all times. That alone will eliminate a lot of the behavior problems in the classroom.
Christini et al. Found that when the learning environment does not meet the students' needs, they tend to feel less competent and will less likely engage in a lesson. Fortunately, Eagle Pass ISD has several programs available that are open for parents to communicate with their teachers about their kids. What are some of these opportunities available?
Definitely think the teachers are more open to the parents, not just through there at the school or on campus, but there's a lot of opportunities. Like we have an annual parent conference here in our city. In addition to that, the PTO meetings, the Title I meetings, the Coffee with the Principal meetings. The teachers have an open door policy, so if we make the time and go meet with them, we can either meet with them in the morning, after school, or during their conference period.
One of the things we strive here at Eagle Pass High School is, and I know it's something we constantly advise our staff and teachers, is that the primary responsibility in making contact is the teacher with the parent, whether it's grades, attendance, or any concerns they may have. We also advise our teachers that it's important to communicate that to us in writing as well, to let us know what has been the interventions or contact that the teacher has had with that parent. And we do offer many opportunities for parents to become involved. We have our parental involvement nights. We have of course, our open house. We have coffee with the principal as well. We set up invitations for that.
EPISD also has a parent and community education center where presentations on parent involvement are held for parents and guardians. I surveyed 20 teachers at Eagle Pass High School and found that 60% disagree that parents are actively involved, while 30% of these teachers agree. 90% agree that administration is actively involved, and 85% agree that students' homes affect their behavior at school. According to Conderman et al., it is recommended that teachers maintain constant contact with students' parents and be proficient in communication skills through problem-solving, decision-making, and goal-setting situations involving the student. So what does our student, parent, teachers, and principal recommend? Here's what they have to say.
For them to be approachable after lectures, for them to be open to us, and for them not to always just be talking about school. Like, we can go to them for things that don't have to do with school, for them to be open to give advice to us, and for them to listen to us.
I think definitely we need more opportunities for parental empowerment. At a very early age in our children's education, my husband and myself were exposed to parental empowerment classes. Even if we had to travel outside, I would say we've been to about 6 or 7 conferences within the South Texas region, and those were all parental empowerment classes. So they provided a very strong foundation for us to realize as parents that we are responsible for our children's education. The teachers and the administrators are there to work with us as a team to help our children succeed.
Make the best possible effort to communicate with our parents effectively. Once the parent is involved in the academic progress of the student, the success of the student is almost guaranteed. It is very important that we make our parents feel comfortable and welcome when they visit our classrooms, our campus, so that they can feel that our students are being treated equally, that our students are being provided with high quality education, and most of all, that our students are being guided in a way where they will become productive citizens of our community.
Well, we do bring the parents, and we talk daily with the parents that are willing to come in, and which pretty much, like I said, they do come every day. And then if they don't, well, then I do have a communication binder that I keep, and I send requests for conferences and so that they can come in. And I have an open door policy for which they know that if they have any concerns, they can come in and we will talk. I have my conference in the morning for 45 minutes at 8:15 to 9, and then I leave myself open to have conferences in the afternoon also, after school.
One of the things I advise the parents here is whoever it is that comes across, I give them my card and I tell them, you can give us a call anytime. You can ask the student to provide you with progress reports that we will provide with this to the student so you can take home. But just to drop by. I mean, just a simple act of dropping by the school and picking up a report on grades, attendance, and everything for the student. That's one way to get directly involved. We also, we do invite our parents to be part of parental involvement nights and to set up conferences. You know, we are more than happy to have them over at any point as visitors, or if they want to set up a conference with teachers, that is the best way, just to be involved, because usually at high school, we don't see our parents as much as we would like. I know that I go to the elementary and the kinder parent nights, and man, all the parents are there. But honestly, in my opinion, this is a critical time. It is a far more critical time at this point in high school for us to have the parents here as much as possible, so that they become aware of the many, many requirements and what the expectations are for our students in order to graduate from high school and take that step, hopefully into post-secondary or simply having the skills to obtain a job after high school.
A positive education and success for everyone involved comes from a cycle of human interactions and relations. The success of one comes from the relation that each has with the other. As we can see with the people we interviewed, there's dependability that students and parents have on teachers and administration, and vice versa. Communication is key to success in education. This is Robert Rodriguez, and thank you for watching.